Hi guys. So I just had a session with someone and they reminded me of another important issue. This particular person had an affair a while back, and him and his wife are struggling to cope with sort of the aftermath of this whole thing. An affair, as they say, can take up to 2 years to fully recover from. But one thing that I notice when people deal with infidelity, whether it be an emotional affair or a physical affair, is that sometimes it's like I liken it to a bone, like a compound fracture. So if you know what a compound fracture, it's like a bone sticking out of the arm or wherever. And when people have had an infidelity, it's almost akin to trying to reset that bone yourself. So him and his wife, for whatever reason, will not go into couples therapy. I think a lot of times people are afraid. They're afraid of the conflict. They avoid it. And so they just refuse to go. And I've been really pushing it for a long time, and they're just really resistant to the idea. So I kind of see them in the OR room just messing around with this bone, and it's not getting anybody anywhere. And in fact, it's getting people more hurt. And so if you have an issue that you have sort of told yourself you can deal with yourself, maybe you can. Maybe you and your partner can bring yourself through this. And sometimes that is the case. But if you find that you kind of keep on working the same thing over and over and it's not working, then you have to find a different consciousness to solve the problem. So as Einstein said, the same consciousness that creates the problem is not capable of solving the problem. And that's why we sometimes need an outside opinion. It's not that the therapist is smarter than you or has some information that you wouldn't be able to obtain on your own. It's just that sometimes we need that outside voice to give us a new perspective. And especially when you're dealing with things like infidelity and affairs, I think it's so important to have a professional that's working with you. So I understand that couples therapy is very expensive, and that's why I created School of Marital Arts. So for those of you that are going through the aftermath of an infidelity, or maybe you're considering considering having an affair, or maybe you've just created an emotional window with a coworker, I would really encourage you to read the content that I have on my website about affairs, and really educate yourself and see if some of that content can help you guys, because I am putting on that content the exact stuff that I give to my couples that are going through this stuff. And I really, it is my hope that this site can help you guys get through whatever it is that you're struggling with. The last thing that I'll say is, he and his wife definitely have some communication issues that need to be resolved, and he's just hoping to sort of go over this, like to just wait it out enough that it goes away. And the reality is it's been almost 2 years and it's not going away, and they're in the exact same spot that they were after the affair, except maybe a little less raw. So there really is no way to go over something. As they say, what we resist persists. And it's no different than with infidelity. We really have to get into it, as hard as it is to do, and talk about what it is that we want to get out of that, and what it is that we want to understand from that experience, and how do we want to learn from it, and how do we want to heal from it. And you have to go through it. There's no way over or around. So hopefully that helps some of you guys that are dealing with this today or have dealt with this, and would love to get your all's feedback about infidelity, your pain points, what you struggle with, and all of that. And I hope to create a series that helps you guys. All right, thanks guys.